Well, I want to say that as for that last video I recorded where I sewed the tops into these, it'll be uploaded to YouTube before this one is, but I did decide just to take a little break to upload it to Amazon Photos, download it from Amazon Photos to my computer so it can be uploaded from my computer to YouTube as soon as I get the chance to do it. But this is just kind of one of those works where sometimes I kind of like to put titles on my videos on the video caption before uploading them so that they will show up to YouTube with the title. But it will be a lot of work to upload when the time comes because I have to come up with, some more tags to put on the video and what I'm going to put it under. Have to figure that out. But I do want to show you all now how I stuff them. I take some polyester stuffing here, which is what this is, and stuff it through the little holes in the pillow to kind of make it so it's going to kind of make a light shine on us. I say that there are some things that when you stuff them, you'd need a stuffing tool to do it. But these are so simple that you can practically just use your fingers to stuff them. So that's what we'll do here. And we've already got some in, but here's where the stuff hole is, where I've left a little open slit in the top where you kind of put the stuffing through. And like I just remember as a kid, sometimes some of the little stuffies my grandmother made for us, she'd have this stuff in her house and she'd put it in them, and we kind of enjoyed having it. And I'd say that's one of those things where I sort of learned a little bit more how to stuff these things and get the extra work put into them that they need. And I'd say that, oh, the little work that makes its way, I say, stuffing it up and making it seem like it's going to be quite a ways of work, but we can stuff things to where we see a little good in them, make a little good out of them. And finally, with this piece of work, that's just the way it is going to be. Sometimes the work shall come along, make us all see a little brighter days, brighter futures. And I'd say this is how we stuffed it along. We gotta have a little more to go in as well, make it so it's going to be a little tougher and stronger, and see how it has turned out now. There's going to be extra work to come along in this thing, and I say we kind of got it a little stuffed out to the edges there, and just a little more to go in here and make it so it makes its way in us and see a little bright light ahead of us. And so just one little last bit to put in, and now it's finally stuffed. There's going to come a time we're going to sew it closed at the top, but before we take care of that, we're going to stuff this other one. Let's see, I tell you, I've got like a big box full of stuffing in the other end of the basement that I use, and use it to kind of fill this little bag up. But it's a humongous box, big box. Probably got this much left in my bag. I have an extra bag that I carry some in to go to coffee shops and Starbucks if I want to take anything along to try to sew on while I'm there. So it's not really been something I've been out doing much lately. I've kind of been at home a lot because so much going on at the work, and then over this winter vacation I've gotten sick, and then we've had our weather conditions and not as safe to be out as much. I kind of went out today and made a trip out to the Kroger, which is just down the street from my house. So that was a fairly easy trip to make and didn't really require much traveling on the dangerous parts of the roads, and it's just kind of one way how I've kept myself safe at this time. And so the little extra work is making its way in. Kind of got to get it around, like out to the corners here. Get it out to the corners and see what it's going to be, making it so we see a little brighter days, brighter futures, brighter tomorrows, and so whatsoever ever else has happened, I say, my Lord, it's just a rainy day. Or in here, I say it's just a snowy day. We're going to make it through this all right. Sometimes, we're getting a little older, our responsibilities are increasing, and things are just changing around us so much, but I'd say finally I got this one stuffed up as well. Turns out it didn't take all the stuffing. I probably thought that we wouldn't have enough there. And now I've put the thread back up, but here we're going to bring it back out just to do some little things here. And we're going to sew across that little slit in the top of this one, start in the very center, and go a little bit of both ways between it. And here the work is coming along, making its way to us, and so it's just like working can come, making its way so we see a brighter future and a brighter day, and comes along to make it so we will see better places to come. Enjoyed a lot of my work all these years. Enjoyed a lot of what I've done. Do think there's going to come a time that there are certain things on which prices will go down, and then there might be other things on which prices may go up, just depending on how much they're in demand, how much they're what people want. And so, as a matter of fact, we've got the lines along here, make it so we come along this piece just perfectly fine, the way it's going to need to come out to be. And so finally we're sewing along the lines here, sewing along the way, making it so we can draw little lines in here and take the knots a little further and take it so the pillow shall make its way to us, and we're going to see a little light come into this place, and a little work shall make its way down. I've already sewn out to one side, out to the center, up to where one knot is, and in the other place where the other end of a sewing line is, we're going to sew along a little further to take it to the next little step we're going to take, and take it out further towards the other edge and little place where we sew along, and make it so it's going to be all sewn up just right at the top. And I'd say it might even lengthen the video a little bit, but we'll get on here and I'll take care of this other one too. Try to get a little work done into it. Make it so it's going to be brighter, nicer, sees a little world come across us and make its way to us, and so and so and so. It's just like this, I say. The work is making its way to us, and finally we're stitching it up right at the top. So that's how that one's going to be. Do think on this one we might go ahead and make a little center line in here, but this is a very short piece of thread we got here, so we won't get far with this. And so that's where we've come along now. I think we're going to use what we can of this piece of thread and try to sew along this little way, make it so it's going to be a little brighter and nicer till the work comes along, shows us a little ways, and then we see, oh, the ways this is going to die down in time, and oh, the troubles of life that come to us, they take us away and take us through times that we don't often see where the truth lies. And so, and so, and so, I say, this little way, it's just like a little work to come and a little to go. And so maybe we'll make it with this last piece after all. Do think there's some things we'll need to do here, and finally cut. We'll come to say that there's probably a little more ways we need to go on this, so we've got to take another little strand, come a little further way up this, make it so it's going to make its next place come along, and see what we do, see what we make of it. And oh, little work is just going to be busy times up our sleeves. And so I'd say it won't take long to go about this. Just got little places to take. And so as for how we got this right here, this is the place where it's going to go in line. I say make it so it's going to jingle, jingle, jingle like old Kris Kringle. And finally, there's a little ways to take it so it's going to bright a light in us, and then we're going to know how it's going to come. A little time in life, little ways to go. We've got a little work to take along in this, and see, oh, a little light shall shine like the noonday dawn is coming. And so we got the work done along here, and there's another final step that we take in the end. There are some extra threads going to need to be cut off, but I say that there's one last thing we need to do, and that is to paint something into the back. You know, sometimes you want to use what you do in the back different colors than the denim or the emoji. We use yellow for the blue, I think for the black. Let's see, first thing I spy is this purple. Kind of a good quick thing to use, so we're going to put my initials and the year into the back of this. Like we just did here. And these will probably be at least one of the last projects of 2022, maybe the last pillows of 2022 at least. So that's how this will come along. I've already gotten it put into the back here, and we've just got one more to do it on, and we're gonna put the initials in and place in the year, and finally this is what it's all going to come down to be. Oh, a little work in life, and finally get the thing done just like that. I'd say that's all going to be all for today. We're done for the day. Thank you for watching, and take care.